Oh, I missed what Leighton actually said. That is what they all say. Come now, say what you mean and be done with it. There we go. Tyrannus sighs as if he is insulted by the interruption. Let's see. We should all learn something from this, and do the forever respect him. I think you kind of got messed up on your last bit of your sentence there, because that doesn't quite make sense. He gave his life for us, and the least I can do is honor him today and thank him for everything he has done for me. Captain Tyrannus nods in conclusion. That will be all. Thank you, Tyrannus. That was lovely, from the Supreme Keeper. Captain Tyrannus smiles and walks off. He bows to the keepers, too. Lord Minister Cardwell looks on, remembering his time with Saildor. There we go. For Tap, since I know he's sitting right next to me. Are there any others who wish to pay their respects? There we go. I'm just gonna go by the seat of my pants. Wait for her to call me forward, though. There's a little bit of stuff going on in the background here. Okay. Oops. Dice? Dice. Before the gathering, I guess? There we go. There's so many things I would do if I didn't have to have Oathkeeper Boss in front of it. The room before casting his gaze to the people. Let's confess. Opeth Keeper? Well, there we go. It has been only 60. And we'll change that to 10 ages. There we go. In that time, there is much that I have Oops. We'll just leave the D off of that. Of Theodor Arnaren. Field. Order. Man of morals who served way protecting and guiding people. Future. Sorry. That it trying to figure out how to say what I want to say. I am sorry that time in this world can only hope found peace at last in Idris world. Oops. Okay, just so you know, that last bit was supposed to be a emote. Yeah, kind of screwed up there. Still having trouble trying to figure everything out there. But just for anybody who doesn't already know, Idris is basically the afterlife of Valinor. It's both heaven and hell. And, yeah. We hadn't really spoken much of it either way, but it's also the name of the moon. So, make of that what you will. It's Idris the Idris, the unseen world, is not actually the moon. However, I wouldn't be surprised if a number of people actually thought it was in RP. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You would look up and see the moon and just think that it's another world or something where the dead could stay. So there's technically two Idrises. There's Idris as in the moon and Idris as in the unseen world. Let's see. Yeah, Oathkeeper Vincent rises slowly before leaning on his cane and speaking. Chef Jarthio looks in surprise at Vincent rising, scooting down a seat to avoid further rudeness. Oathkeeper Vincent, I too wish to say a few words, Supreme Keeper. Supreme Oathkeeper Mayavar nods towards Vincent and motions for him to approach the lectern. Oathkeeper Vincent says, "To those of you gathered here, I would like you to take a moment to consider this." So during my speech, I didn't quite say everything I wanted to, but I still said everything I needed to. Seldar Arnaren spent almost 1,307 years watching over Valinor. Not quite. It's actually around 2373 since the inception of the Oathkeepers. He was one of the very first. It's just he became Supreme Keeper 1,300 years ago. Either way, it's an understandable mistake. Let's see. He saw in this time more of what I had to give and to take than anyone should ever hope to. Let's see. What more do you have to say, Vincent? Well, Kashi? Tyrannus glares at Hollow. What's happening there? I don't know what's happening over there. Anyways, if nothing else, take this time to pay your respects to a man who laid down his life in order to... In order to what, Vincent? Let's see. What more do you have to say, Vincent? In order to continue to protect what he had strived to keep in balance for longer than many of us can possibly remember. Let's see. Oops. I didn't mean to scroll up there. Vincent doesn't seem to be saying too much right now. He said a little bit more. I didn't even notice. And for this, I can only hope that he shall be remembered for as long as there are people to remember him. He was in Valinor. That's the name of the world. He was just like far out past any known civilization almost. People were questioning where Leighton suddenly came from. So, from what I know, he spent some time on the borderlands, basically right on the edge of civilization, protecting it against any wild monsters that might live out past there. I cannot say I knew him for as long as I wished, but even so, he has earned my utmost gratitude. He what? What's next? What's next, Vincent? He what? You're kind of leaving us hanging here.